Good morning. Welcome to the Platform Podcast. Welcome to the Platform Podcast. Mzima Studios. A very, very wonderful Thursday. And good morning. I hope you people are having a good morning. My name is Abel Kibet and I'm with my colleague Derek Kipkorir in our morning show, The Platform Talk. So much aligned for you today in the political space. What is happening in Mount Elgon, what is happening in Bungoma County, what is happening in Kenya, and what is happening in the world. We have all those stories for you this beautiful Thursday morning. We hope you're enjoying your morning. Derek, good morning.
Yeah, very, very fine. Thank you so much, those who have joined us this morning, here on Mzima, else the Platform Podcast, where we change the narrative, Thank you so much, Nona Recho Ashafika.
Yeah.
The latest,
The latest Platfest champion.
Yeah, winner of the Platfest ticket.
Yeah.
So, najua 12th of April atakuwa ndani pale Utawala. So welcome Recho and those others who are joining us. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We have so many, not so many, but always enough stories for you guys. So welcome. Let's stick until the end of the show.
Yeah, remember this show is powered by Platfest Festival 2025 that will be coming to you on the month of April 12th, and we're really inviting all of you to that particular event. The tickets are going at 25 shillings, 2,500 shillings only. And remember, we have so much in that particular event. You'll be having an opportunity to connect with people of like-minded. We'll be connecting with Mzima family. We will be celebrating most of our achievements. We'll be celebrating the milestone that we have had. We have been in this space for the last 1 year. Probably by April we'll be marking our 1 year anniversary in terms of podcasting. So it's also an opportunity for you to get there. We'll be launching our official website of Mzima Studios. We will be meeting with very, very great people that will be speaking with us, and that person maybe you will not be limiting. It will be a very, very interactive session. I will be having Nyama Choma later on, and an after party, music, about music, and really a lot aligned for you during the Platfest festival. And we are saying just book your spot now at only 2,500 shillings. And remember, maybe it's the opportunity to connect. Maybe unatafuta kazi pale, maybe you've been wanting that relationship that is going to last, and it's going to be very impactful to you in terms of maybe connecting with people and creating new relationships. That is the opportunity, and that is a chance for you to come and connect with very, very many people. So thank you very much for even aspiring for even planning to attend Platfest 2025. Good morning. As I think, Derek, you can tell us what we have over, what we'll be talking about. But before that, I think it will be very important for me to recognize those that are with us this morning. Mercy Chase Cherono, thank you very much for tuning in. She's saying tuned in. Thank you. Meaudi Andrew Kimtai saying niko ndani ya nyumba kama kawa kama dawa outer Nairobi, twende hadi tamati Platfest 12th April 2020 manze. That one is the hashtag. Remember, the hashtag is Platfest 12th 2025. Thank you very much. Mercy Cheshcherono anasemaje, tangu lini nikose huku manze. She's never been Mercy Ajaina. She's on streak manze. Anaongoza pale kama top fan kweli. Mnakaa vizuri wako. Thank you very much. Really appreciate. We take those compliments seriously. Abel waambie nimefika. kusafisha masufuria ya Platfest. As we speak, by the kina Mercy Chesh, those people that are around Nairobi, wanafagia huko, wanahakikisha maeneo iko sawa. They are booking those favorite spots, wanahakikisha hapa ndio VIP watakuwa wanakanda. So many things. So just pay your 2500 shillings, alafu uone venye inakuwa redeemable. Manze, usikose hiyo. Meaudi hapa anasemaje? I think he is replying to Mercy Checherono. Anasemaje hapo chini? By the welcome guys to the morning show, we really recognize you. Anasema Tesi anasema Rainbatia naona upotezagi, anasema upotezangi na unitenge na unitag basi manze. Yeah, Rachel manze, she's also amekuwa a very consistent person for the morning show. We really appreciate. Tesi anasema good morning Abel. Derek is how kwa booster locked manze, ni kama leo network inashika nzuri sana kwa pale kwa I thought Tesi is not around, kumbe yuko kwa booster manze. Mercy Checherono anasema wadau njia zote barabara zote, hata Didmas atakuwa anakuja na hiyo chopa yake bwana. So aspire. Tesi anasema relationship was just chilling. Anasema relationship was just chilling, alafu anasema mumesema naweza pata mtu, si ndivyo? Exactly. Unajua manze, maybe mtu wako bana you are lost mbavu wenye Mungu alikutengenezea itapatikana pale. So Embrace Bri anasemaje? Yo manze, yo we are good, welcome to the morning show. Alafu anaitwa Kamjoro Henry Njoro anasema tuned in at Elgon Furniture. Alafu na the CEO Masudi Oscar manze, thank you very much those guys that are tuning in kutoka pale Elgon Furniture manze. You want to pick you want to get yourself a very good chair, a very good table, a very good staff ya pale nyumbani. Get yourself to Elgon Furniture, mambo yako itakuwa inakuwa shega, inakuwa fiti. Mremba ten yosemaje? Hiyo siku nikiblink mnaongeza nyama. Exactly. Linet Chepkuria anasemaje? Niko ndani nikiwa Nairobi karaoke manze. Hadi karaoke tuna Have you ever been to karaoke, Derek?
No, Kanairo no.
I've been to karaoke pale bana, ni biesh. Nashangaa huwa Saboti surviving.
Nasikia the name, karaoke came out of the word carry your corpse. And Kenyans couldn't pronounce it, so ikaitwa karaoke.
Yeah,
but
karaoke.
I don't know what was there.
Yeah.
But I think it's like a big market
In Nairobi.
Kuna karaoke Mombasa.
Yeah, kuna karaoke pia Mombasa, and I think there is a song zamani ilikuwa inaimba. I think ilikuwa there is a band walikuwa wanasema sijui alikutana na mpenzi wake karaoke. So anyway, Leonard Chepkuria anasema niko ndani nikiwa Nairobi asante. Mercy Checherono anasema hapana ogopa, niko pale na my buy Yosh. Thank you Derek. We dive into the topics of the day. Natumai, thank you very much to our fans manze. We really hope you stay with us.
Yeah, the stories of the day, are very, very simple, like the president yesterday, gave Riara University a full charter. Now, Riara University is a fully fledged university.
Yeah.
Also, I think yesterday, in Italy, there was a press conference by archaeologists who, say that they have discovered, a very, very big, and this has even broken, it has broken the news all over the world. They have found, beneath the Khafre pyramid, they have found eight blocks. I think eight cylindrical blocks that go up to 2 kilometers in the ground. Yeah. And people are saying this will break, everything we have ever known about these pyramids, I think even, and we shall be talking about that, because some people are saying ndio wanajua sana kuhusu pyramid, yet more things are being discovered, and they're saying this will shock the whole world, because those underground cylindrical blocks are going the length that is taller than the tallest building on earth now. The tallest building I think is 650 meters. Yeah, the Burj Khalifa is around 650 meters. But they have discovered, and there are so many interesting things, and I'll be telling you what they have discovered. But also, in our last story, we shall be talking about the astronauts, who came back from space, And is it a reality that human beings will be multiplanetary, And the true story of the Giza pyramids and the issue of space and going to Mars, will break every belief that we have, And I think, it's high time we talk about it so that so many people, think, they know everything about Africa. Some people think maybe we shall not go to Mars, Today we shall be talking about that, And maybe just, before we dive in and start, speaking about, Riara University, and I hope maybe even people from Mount Elgon will start going to Riara University.
Yeah,
Now that it is a fully, it's a chartered university, we hope so. But, we also saw, Raila Odinga with there in State House, he said that I said I must come and see for myself, Riara University getting a chat, and it seems it's the broad-based government now. We also saw Kindiki after leaving him, the Prime Minister had to speak, Maybe we shall be seeing more of those, but also the university funding model, we shall be talking about that. But just before we talk about that, can you maybe speak about what is happening in Bungoma County? You even had, yesterday, the CS for Treasury Mbadi saying 47 counties are so many. Can you maybe tell us what is happening in the ground here so that, our people become fully informed, so that as we speak, also they know what is happening in their doorstep as we speak about what is happening as far as space.
Yeah, thank you very much. Today I'm not picking so much. I haven't picked so much from Bungoma County. Sometimes these counties are so dull, Derek, and you may never really not really know what is good. But what we reported yesterday is that perhaps we can even have a discussion with most of these viewers here that the Bungoma County, we're having the new stadium, Masinde Muliro. I don't know how it's going to benefit the larger Bungoma County. It's amongst the project that is ongoing in Bungoma County, and we hope even as we approach, I know Buhungu Stadium will be hosting Chan, and it's been also hosting a lot of Sekafa, and it's been very impactful to the people of Kakamega County in terms of business. When we have those partners that with games and entertainment, football games through stadiums, we get a lot of partners that come to maybe partner with those teams, including the economy around there. And we really hope Masinde Muliro, the county government of Bungoma together with the national government are really going to ensure that they put more resources to Masinde Muliro Stadium, so that perhaps
the national government has brought the FIFA standard,
FIFA standard seats for the fans. And I remember Bungoma is well known for producing talent. Zoya region is a home of talent, and those of us who are privileged to be in this region, especially I went to high school Kakamega County and Trans Nzoia County, Derek, but I remember Bungoma County was very fierce, and any school that was from Bungoma County, be it games, drama, competition, and even performance, because we have Kamusinga, Lugulu. So Bungoma County is a home of talents, and we really hope through, with good stadiums, we do not only expect football. We also have auditoriums that can support other talents within the stadium. So we hope money is going to be pumped in, including that stadium. It can be one of the things that is going to facilitate the high altitudes that we're having in Mount Elgon. They can work in sync without to ensure that maybe you're producing more talent. And the other news is that we're also having the county government of Bungoma County, the public toilet is ongoing here in Kapsokony, and people have really been talking about. I remember even some people. It was last year and the other year. Some people were really fierce on Mount Elgon politicians, and they went. They were. It was a very very big issue, and we really hope it's going to be a game changer, including bathrooms, Derek, maybe to enable people to be clean. Those kina mama mbogo kwa safi hapa Kapsokony, na maybe Tesi ametoka pale kwa booster bwana afike town ajiulize manze, where is the washroom? We really now hope Kapsokony is going to provide that avenue manze. So it's really really a good thing to unajua maendeleo ikiendelea hapa Mount Elgon, it's something to kitu mzuri, although ni choo Derek, you know. But it's but
2027 campaigns, you know, will be around. Hiyo ndio nimefanya.
in fact itafika 2027, the leaders will come and say we have been doing maendeleo in Mount Elgon and Elgon ward kiongozi. Hey, noma sana, very tough indeed. Amongst the things you can share your thoughts with us about the toilet that is now being built in fact at the center of, I was expecting probably Derek after that probably a proper market will be, maybe I was thinking maybe containers, something like containers would have been brought in that place, maybe to create something. Or after the toilets, now we hope containers are going to be brought there, maybe to by the county government, to allow even the people of Mount Elgon maybe to now own shops there and bring business. Even I know these toilets is a county and you'll need to pay something like 10 bob or 20 bob for maintenance. And we must have business around moving so that even people may be able to maybe pay that. And I had a certain man in my normal I was moving around, and you're saying that people of Kapsokony should be happy, Derek, because now you see when a toilet has been built, it means mutakula sasa, you're about to eat. So very interesting indeed.
I see. Accountant ndio pale anasema Dero unaongea ni kama ataki. Hebu tandike kofi aongee mzuri. Ndio kudunda kama nimetoka Chepkube. Looked nikiwa Chepkube. I think maybe ni network. To network ya Uganda unajua inaweza confuse ya Kenya. But ndio we are here bana. We are here bana, kama unataka tuongee with our highest voice tutaongea. Tesi anasema niko tu kwa booster beli, msinisahau hiyo siku ma travel. And then I think watu wetu wa Kaboi wa bwana wanasema, anaitwa Tyson Ole Obesh anasema following live from Kaboyo, good morning all Mzima wells. Bright Linda Chemobo following, thank you so much. And then there are so many people, and the conversation still continues there in the comments section. So yesterday we saw the president of Kenya, President William Ruto, giving a charter to a charter to make Riara University a fully fledged university. The university, I think, was co-founded by a couple, Daniel Gashukia and Eda Gashukia, who I think are couples. They're like married. They're the ones who started the university. I think they were given a state commendation for what they have done, and ensuring that the university is working. But also, as university, it's being accredited, we still have problems with the new university funding model. And there are so many issues, we have seen the pros and the cons. The president said this was to able people, the needy people. This was to, come and remove university from the burden of debt, which we have seen, significantly reduce. Except for Mo University. I don't know what is happening in Mo University. I have not had any good news from Mo University.
I had some good news recently where workers were supposed to be. I think the university was providing a means of transport. I think that is good news for the workers in Moi University. Anyway, that was just a by the way.
Yeah, so that Mo University, still has challenges, but also the other side, the cons, the demerits of the new university funding model, which would like, to address, which includes the misclassification. Why is it that, the government cannot classify? And we know Kenya, it's not a country where everybody has a phone or everybody has a smartphone. We know Kenya has even a problem with the electricity grid. It's not everywhere. The network is not everywhere. Why do you think, and how do you think the government, can really move in a way that, it doesn't misclassify anyone? And why are they misclassifying anyone? Is it because they rushed into making sure that they have this funding model, or why do you think they are saying you go to cohort 1, someone from a poor background is being put in a cohort that pays more money simply because maybe the information they have is wrong? How can the government maybe verify this information?
Yeah, I think with this new maybe university funding model, the president would maybe, and I think stakeholders, those people from, we had help, Derek, and it's believed that some people believe, and remember help was even introduced by the president when he was the Minister of Higher Education during President Kibaki's time. So it doesn't mean that really President Ruto doesn't have that goodwill of maybe ensuring that the way I've been hearing some people saying that it's not the agenda of the president to ensure that maybe university students are being funded. Remember when even he was the Minister of Higher Education, he was the one that introduced even people going to campus after 6 months. People used to stay at home for 2 years, Derek, before being selected to join university. So I believe it's the agenda of the president to ensure that we are having more people and even getting help. Remember, it was through help that we saw very many students, even from poor backgrounds, getting that opportunity of learning, that higher education learning of universities, colleges, and so on. We have seen it being the agenda of the government, even in terms of funding institutions, include not only universities. We have seen it going down to polytechnics, TVETs, and even vocational training institutions, Derek. So it has been the agenda of the president to ensure that most people get this proper education from the government. In terms of funding, the new model of funding, I really, this is a model that maybe was meant to put everyone at his place. The same way the same way we had a replacement from now NHIF to SHIF, and that model of universal health coverage, whereby everyone could now get that cover. Same to now this system of education, whereby I think the president wanted everyone to benefit depending on maybe at the rate of which maybe at the rate of which you earn, or the rate of which depending on your background, Derek. And we had a situation whereby maybe you had to give out details of your parent, including KRAs and everything, to maybe for government and the system to assess and see how maybe you are supposed to be helped, and in which way and in what amount, because the government had said that they're not going to give that help to every, and not every student is going to maybe receive that government help, because some the government believes that we have some parents that can really manage and they can pay, they can afford for their students, and I think that was the argument of the government, that let those that can pay school fees and afford to pay school fees pay. Then those that cannot be, those that are not able to maybe pay school fees even in terms of let them be assisted in maybe in a more better way compared to those that maybe can afford to pay for their education to a certain level, Derek. So it was only meant to maybe bring that balance in terms of maybe bringing equity, because we have had scenarios whereby a person comes from a background that probably their parents could pay their school fees. We have another person that he or she is depending on the help for school fees. He or she is depending on the help for clothing, on the help for food. Some people are even using help to send that money back home, maybe even to accommodate the situation at home. So with this new funding model, it was the agenda of the government maybe to ensure that we are having even money going to those that maybe they well deserve. And in that spirit, and maybe in that new model, I think the government failed to address, and even in capturing correct details and knowing who are those students that maybe are supposed to get help from the government, who are these students that really deserve to get to a certain percentage. And that is the issue that we are still having, and it's what you are telling me, that some students are finding themselves in a court that maybe they were not supposed to be, and that one we can only attribute to it as a systemic errors, and maybe students and even parents giving out wrong information to those systems. And because there are systems, Derek, and they have a way of detecting and maybe finding issues. And I think we should also the government should actually ensure that we are having proper and more of a government public participation, stakeholders participation, be it parents and students, to ensure that that system is working and is put under a way that truly those that are supposed to benefit. Derek, me and you are not the same. We can never be the same, and we come from different backgrounds, and that is the situation that we're also having and always having in campuses. We do not all come from, in as much as education is being created to bring that to equalize the situation, but we are not equal. If you go to campuses, Derek, you'll find those that cannot access even basic 3 meals. Ndio maana unasikia kuna kuinama, but you'll get some students that are driving, they can park their cars and come to class. So I think the government was trying to address that, and in trying to address that, maybe they failed to capture some important details that would have put everyone in his and a space that maybe the government was supposed to help. And this, Derek, I believe, I believe, me, I during my campus day, I was not privileged to use help, but I saw some people that were using help, and it really helped them. It was something that really helped some people even to get education. So that is it, Derek.
Yeah, so the new university funding model, has some of the pros, some of the merits that have made it, what it is. And the government has been saying, this funding model has been put in place so that it can help the needy, it can improve transparency. Remember, it requires a student to apply via the higher education financing, portal that discloses all the costs previously, before the government, the contribution, is done, so that what the family contributes as early as when you are applying for the course. Also, it has reduced university debt burden, which we are seeing for a very, very, very long time. There were universities including Egerton, Moi University, almost even University of Nairobi were going bankrupt, and it was really, really becoming a problem. But we have also seen critics of the new university funding model. And we are talking about the university funding model because the president of Kenya yesterday, President William Ruto, did give a charter to Riara University. Now Riara University is a fully fledged university. I think very soon we'll be seeing people even from Mount Elgon going to the same university. University, sorry for that. But the critics have come out to complain so much about the misclassification which you have talked about, also the implementation. They have said the government has outdated information about incomes, about even everything about the Kenyans, including even someone when he loses a job today, the government will take time to know, and it might put you still in the same classification. Also, some critics have come to say the new university funding model will increase debt burden, because if you check out if you I think the model allows you to take as much, it's like a student loan, so that you can cover up for the part of your money that maybe your family cannot afford or what. So because of that, some people say, it will constrain, it will frustrate a lot of, young people, especially in a country where we have high unemployment like, in Kenya. Also, the critics have come out to say that this system, the new university funding model, seems to be might erode the universal access for education that came, even during Kibaki when he brought the free primary education. He made it accessible to everyone, but prior to that, prior to the days of Kibaki, education was very, very expensive, and some people have said, that the government might be going back to those years. But according to the government, President William Ruto and his government, they are saying this funding model will help, especially the needy students. It will help the universities, get out of the debt burden that are, those who remember Egerton Bwana was closed. Yeah, and it's so interesting because we want our country to be better. So these are the things we must talk about, and maybe just about so that you may understand the whole context is, Kenya, when President William Ruto came into power, he had promised that he will bring a funding model to the university that will change, and remove universities out of the debt burden that we had seen. We had seen university like Egerton, Moi is still in crisis, even including University of Nairobi, was said to be going bankrupt. That meant that they could not sustain, maybe if it was an engineering student who needed to go to workshops, there were no money to fund, some courses. So in 2023, President William Ruto brought in a new funding model that I think kicked off on 2023 September, during the intake of the first year. And then the system is now continuing, but it has had a lot of challenges, especially information, everything being relied, there seems to be a problem. But let's hope the government will find a way of dealing with it. Now I'm seeing someone here saying, Sylvia Chepkemboy saying live from Vietnam, an update from the Vietnam story about Nduta is Nduta, might not, according to the foreign, affairs minister, Musalia Mudavadi, who is also the prime cabinet secretary, they are saying, Vietnam has not shown that they want to release Nduta, or they will be stopping the execution. But it seems the Kenyan government might be going, for a lawsuit, saying that this is wrong, maybe. But according to Vietnam, maybe the only way is when Nduta will bring the person who gave him the drugs, and then they exchange it with her now, so that she gets her freedom. Also, feeling meaning, from the city of Tuscaloosa, the state of Alabama. Yeah, we're saying good morning, Mzima family. Thank you so much. And then we have SLDF Kibet saying live from nowhere. Nice, good morning. Hey.
Who is that guy?
Bana, you
Who be
need to
that
change
guy?
your name, Bana. You cannot call your name SLD.
We need to invite you here. You come and tell us.
How can you call yourself SLDF Kibet?
SLDF Kibet.
Or that is a little bit provocative, but I think it is.
But not very we maybe if people try to remember what came with SLDF, but the name Sabot Land Defense was they were defending land. They were defending land. So we only need this man maybe to come for an interview and tell us why.
Maybe he got some inspiration, to call himself that. But thank you so much, Kibet, for your comment and welcome to Mzima else, and thank you for joining us this morning. Just before we move to our next story, do you think the new funding model will hold on or what for long term?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I had a very emergency call here, I think, to do with that. That's why I left, and I'm back. So, Derek, I strongly believe with a correct input into this new university funding model with a proper. If we are going to, I've told you, if we are going to involve stakeholders, those are students, university vice chancellors, parents, and even including the public on how we should go by in terms of maybe ensuring that we are facilitating and ensuring that higher education, and including all the education from even primary level to being even maybe free. But again, is it achievable, Derek? It's not very achievable for us to have very free because we're having a lot, the system is new, we're having a new system of education whereby we really need a lot of resources, we need more schools to be built, and probably the government will need a way whereby they're not funding everyone, Derek. A government will need to put its money, maybe to those students that really need that maybe particular help from the government. And this new university funding model is that the government was using as an alternative to make sure that perhaps they are not just giving equal money to everyone that maybe has applied to, maybe he or she has applied for that funding. Remember, we also remember during help times, maybe there are those people that maybe felt they needed to apply, but maybe it was too much for them because depending on the background that you maybe only needed support of 15,000, and when you apply for it, it must come with maybe it must come in a certain way, and we must have a system, Derek, that allows maybe us to have a very equal chance, maybe in terms of getting and equity and equal chance. Does not mean that when you get 50, I'm getting 50. No, maybe I needed 30 and you need 60. So we need that system that will allow and help. Of course, help. The only problem that in fact we have had, and I've had even university student leaders saying that not all students, not all cohorts have received their money and the money, and we really hope the government is going to even ensure that those students that really deserve them even get the money on time, because again, that one is another problem that we've been having and we've been experiencing, is that even with the help, students never had access and never they never got that money on time, and amongst the issues that maybe we had with the help. So with the new system, we really hope that it's going to be streamlined and ensure that students get their money on time and in a manner that is okay and balanced to the students.
We hope, the new funding model, really wins, and really gets to do what it was supposed to do, which was to help the needy students of Kenya. And our next story, is part of a breaking news because, in the deep in the Giza Plateau, after scientists used different kind of technology to do it's called like ground piercing technology or what. They use something called a synthetic aperture radar, some kind of a ground piercing radar that can go miles and miles. And these scientists have discovered 5 level structure deep in the below the pyramid of Kafre. The pyramid of Kafre, I think the pyramid of Kafre is among the pyramids that are located in Giza. Other pyramids located in Giza, is the pyramid of Khufu, and there are other pyramids there are other small pyramids in the Giza plateau. And what was so shocking was these underground, they found five multi levels deep underground the pyramid of at Kafre. And also they found out there were eight cylindrical, like I think they're like beams or what. They are so big, and they go up to 2 kilometers, and then they go and stand on something that on some the cylinders, the cylindrical beams stand on a square, on a square like flat surface. And so many things have been discovered. And these beams that go underground go as twice as the tallest building on earth, which is Burj Khalifa. And this is something that has really shocked the whole world. And even some people are saying this seems to be this seems to go against all everything that we have known about the pyramids. Also, at the end of not at the end, but at the sides of the cylindrical columns that go up to 2 kilometers or extend, I think, up to 600 meters. And then there are systems that extend up to 2 kilometers. They are like cylindrical tubes that go all the way down. And some people have said maybe these are the references to the stories they have heard about Egypt, where some people have been saying there was a great tube that the ancient Egypt civilization used to store information, and it might have been lost. So some people might be thinking that maybe it is so. But yesterday, scientists in Italy came out and said, after doing an extensive and wide research, because that place, the Giza Plateau had been blocked for a very, very long time, because I think there were rumors and some people knew they are underground, so they had refused anyone to do like underground research and what. But after allowing Italy, and even people are saying, Americans now are saying they want to go to Egypt and see what is there. But according to what they have discovered, this is beyond human imagination. 8 cylindrical columns that go up to 600 meters, and then they extend into systems that go up to 2 kilometers underground. That is as twice as tall as the tallest building on earth, which is Burj Khalifa. And this morning we want to discuss what are maybe some of the things that people don't know about Africa, and yet they think they know. Because for a very long time, and even when Europeans came to Africa, they said this is a black continent, meaning because they didn't know so much about Africa. It seems there's always something to discover in Africa, even after the pyramids being like among the 7 wonders of earth. Yesterday, a new discovery was made. What do you think about that, Abel, first, before we continue discussing.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Derek. Africa is a very beautiful country. Africa has a lot of beautiful scenes. Africa has a lot of uncaptured history. Africa has a lot of deleted history. Africa has a lot of erased history. And it's very interesting on the recent happenings that maybe you are hearing from Egypt, from scientists, and especially from the pyramids that are in Egypt.
Yeah, that their structures.
Yes, yeah, and remember, we have a lot of myths surrounding the pyramids, and it's even believed. Some people wonder how was the pyramid built. For those of you that maybe had the privilege of learning geography and history and have interest in maybe various historical sites in Africa. When you look at the pyramid, some people wonder how without technology, and it was built very many years ago, and it's a very tall structure of about it's a very tall structure.
It goes up to like
of
the underground.
Yes,
2 kilometers.
2 kilometers underground, and over
the pyramids I think go up to 600.
Yes, over 300 to 400 meters, and it's been falling. It's been falling. Yes.
Limestone its surface, and it used to shine.
And it used to shine in the past. So it's been falling over time, and some people ask what technology was used even to build this, and it has a lot of. Some people believe that many Africans died because we know, and even Derek in the United States, in very many, some people believe it's Africans that have been used to come up with those structures, including the current, including what is happening in even Dubai. We're having Africans as the main labor, and a lot is attributed to Africans sometimes in terms of and I heard some people saying, Derek, that if some historical thieves, who I'm not going to mention, who had a chance of even carrying the pyramids to their country, they would have done that long ago, so that maybe to erase the total history in maybe Africa.
But it seems also the Africans or the Egyptians then, were really sophisticated people, because these deep underground tunnels, cylinders that go up to 640 meters, then joint systems that go up to 2 kilometers. This is even the bunker that Hitler built, did not even reach even half of this, even those bunker, those drones or those bombs that are being used to blast bunkers cannot blast these ones, and they're not. It's not one tunnel. It is eight cylindrical columns that go up to 648 meters deep in the ground. Who has ever even dug 648 meters deep in the ground? And it doesn't end there, the columns come and stand on a box, and then there are other systems
engineering that,
and then there's also like a tube that goes in a spiral formation up to the end of the tunnels. You can imagine. And then even like in the pyramid of Khufu, when archaeologists and people got a chance, because it was very hard to even get inside the pyramid, when they got a chance to enter into what they thought was the tomb of
Khafre.
Not Khafre, of Khufu. Like Khafre is another pyramid. Then there's a pyramid of. They did not find the body of Khufu. And then they have even said they have discovered there is another hole. So it seems the pyramid is a chain of mystery that might never end. Now we are saying there are other tunnels underground.
So you see, Derek, it's a lot of history, and it's great that you're having that. And I believe it's not only from the pyramids that we are going to hear that. We have a lot that if we are going even to try and discover. Some people named Africa the dark continent because maybe they know nothing. They haven't discovered anything about Africa, including those that believe they came. Maybe a few things have been discovered in Africa. Derek, are you aware that I was recently, and it will be very sad, and I'm not sure if it's true, but it's true because it's based in reality. When you try to measure Africa in terms of kilometers from western part, West Africa, to the part of Egypt, in terms of kilometers. Are you and when you see the map of Russia, in the way the world map has been drawn, are you aware in terms of kilometers, Africa is more than Russia in what you see in the world map? In terms of kilometers. But when you see at the Russian map, in the world map, Russia is very big in terms of land. So there is so much that is hidden here in Africa that we really have maybe over time, and we hope with this generation we are going to know much that maybe was deleted from us, was hidden from us, and was tried to be erased from us, because this kind of information that are only trying to be, it only tells you how Africans were we were advanced, Derek, in our way. Some people came and decided to call Africans maybe illiterate, but maybe we were literate in our own way. It only matters how you define literacy. But we were really in our own way, Derek. We used to do intelligence, Derek. In the past, we had our own AI whereby you naambiwa wageni watakuja, Derek. That one was 8-year African AI. So in a way we have a lot that has been lost, and through such revelations maybe we are going to get a lot of information that.
So the scientists, after using electrical resistivity tomography deep beneath the pyramid, I think maybe it was after a very, very long time, there was a time they did the study and found out that there are some structures, but maybe they were just like, maybe these were maybe, but according to the recent, studies that were done, by a Japanese Egyptian team, and I think they did release a report in Italy yesterday, and they say that they found, an L-shaped structure beneath the western cemetery near the Great Pyramid, buried 6.5 feet deep and 33 feet long. It connects to a deeper, largely anomaly. Possibly, they think it is filled with sand, of something, between 16 to 33 feet, below the surface. This is something that has never even happened, And then they also discovered that, at the Khafre pyramid, that there are 8, before even there are 8, they discovered there are 5 multi-levels that are interconnected, and then they discovered that there are 8 deep wells, which we are calling because they are not really been said there were wells, they had water, but they are just said to be cylindrical columns with spiral tunnel that was going around it. So they say, deep 648, kilometers, and it goes and joins, 2 large cubic chambers. According to the study, it shows there are 80 meters, per side, spanning 2 kilometers under, all the 3 pyramids in Giza. This is the most interesting, I think, that even the pyramids in Giza Plateau were interconnected. And remember, even the pyramids were built at different times because it was different pharaohs, It seems the Egyptian agenda was continuous. The Egyptian idea was continuous. It seems it even continued without people knowing. It seems like, it is just something that has been happening and will continue happening. And not only that, I think in Africa, people are yet to discover so many things. Even in Sudan, there are pyramids in Sudan, but we don't know what is beneath it up to now.
Yeah.
So maybe there will be more and more information. There are so many. There are forests like Congo forest, which are still natural. There are places no human being has ever reached in the Congo forest. So there are so many things, to discover, I think, in Africa. And as times goes by, we might be very, very shocked. Yeah. So I don't know, Abel, maybe
with those revelations that maybe are coming from even the pyramids in Egypt, it only reveals there's so much historical. Sometimes I've heard so many myths in Africa. I've heard so many myths about the forests that we're having in Africa, and it's a plus because we are going to, as Africans, it only reveals, these people they have been calling us a dark continent. It has not been mattering to us, and it's something that we don't even, most Africans, boy, they don't care about it being called where you're coming from, because we ourselves know there's so much that we can achieve, and there's so much that we can do, and so much that we've even had, and we've been told the continent with a lot of it was the continent with the richest person, the continent with a lot of golds, the continent with a lot of minerals, continent with almost everything that maybe is needed in the world is in Africa. So through such information, you'll come and discover, Derek, that over time, as these scientists and researchers come, as they continue to do this research, a lot is going to be revealed about Africa, and it's a good thing, because information, and the newer generation of the white men, they repair now, they'll now know that indeed Africa is not what it's not what we've been told, and is not what we've been seeing.
Yeah. So yesterday also we saw something also amazing. Two, astronauts who had been in space for 8 months. Some people say, he was left there by the Joe Biden administration because they did not come in terms with Elon Musk on, how much they needed to pay him so that he could go and, return those astronauts that were stuck in space. The names of the astronaut is, Sunita Williams and, Barry Batch Wilmore. I think the two astronauts from America were stuck in the International Space Station for more than 8 months. 8 months, I think, is the minimum. I think you can only stay in the space station for the at least 8 months, but for them, they were just going for 8 days, and then things turn around. Now they went for 8 months, but yesterday we saw them, coming back to Earth, and it's so interesting because it seems in human being, becoming multi-planetary and also living in space. It seems, there's even a plan by Jeff Bezos, who was also the richest man at some point in the whole world, emit greenhouse gases to the moon. It seems like people, want to go beyond even what we have been expecting, and it seems like it's crazy because all of this will break every belief that we have been having, and this raises the even the question of believing. Is it even important to believe in it?
Yeah, a lot of questions have been always been arising from the issues of space. Remember, the mission was done and launched by NASA, but it's SpaceX that were able to go and rescue them. So of the years, we have had a lot of people that have been very skeptical. Some people are wondering why is so much money being put into this thing. Some people are saying that so much money is being wasted in these missions instead of, and it's a conversation that has been happening. We have seen in the recent landing, some people we've even have been seeing some comments, and some people are saying so much damage that have happened to the astronauts that maybe had been sent, because the way you have just mentioned, it was a mission for 8 days. They ended up going and maybe staying. So sometimes we have people that will want to argue why did that happen, and
They want to argue.
yes, and some people even
Instead of going and returning the people.
in fact, someone again was saying, why did we even have that mission being launched? And it's the democratic even right, maybe to, because we are living maybe in a in an era whereby people really want to know and have information of everything and what is happening. But on the flip side, it is this mind, it's the same mind of of those people with aspirations of maybe going and tour space, tour the moon. It's aeroplanes were it's those people that up with the idea of building airplanes had the same mind. Those people that created even Derek, we will want maybe to know what we can get from, so that maybe what everyone is looking for, Derek, and having an option. If we are going to, maybe if all these things are going to be successful, and I hope that they are going to put more research in this, more money is going to be put in to ensure that maybe correct information, we're having a lot of factual information coming. And remember, minus this, we will even having some of things that maybe are very important in this planet Earth, because again we're having a lot of experiments being done by these astronauts in those spaces. Minus those experiments, and minus those experiences, that we may lack that important information and that important aspects that we need to have in terms of even exploring and knowing what is beyond the earth. Social studies, not only social studies, because we passed there, but it's what is happening with technology, it's what is happening in the world, and it's good to note.
Yeah, it seems, the world is moving beyond even the world.
Yes.
People are going beyond the world, they want to discover the universe, because we live in the universe, but we only live on Earth, but we live in the universe. So it is interesting now. Even their plans, Elon Musk is very serious, about going to Mars. He has said, I think 2026 the first Starlink will go up to Mars. I think that will be history. But also we have seen, that there are several, rovers, including Perseverance, that have gone there, brought very, very much, information. And also there is a discovery that water was flowing in the past in Mars. It seems like, it seems even there's a possibility of living in Mars, one day. Do you think so? Maybe human beings at some point will start living in Mars.
With the current happenings, with what we are seeing, let's wait and see. It's good to be optimistic. We ain't very sure of it now because of what the information that we're being told, the temperatures, gravity, the forces of gravity, and even in terms of what we breathe here, oxygen, and what supports life. Right now we don't really have things like water in the because of what we've been hearing, but with the future, you may never know what the future brings. Let us continue having information. Let information continue coming, and it's a plus, Derek, if we can get another place that life is supported. You see, Earth has been destroyed. Earth is being destroyed. We have so many people. We have so many people with bad intentions. So many. And a lot is happening in the earth. If we can go and have maybe another place whereby life is going maybe to take a new shape, to take a new law, to take a new order, because right now we cannot control so much here in the but it's the nature of human beings. Sometimes you cannot really control human beings. So it's human beings that want to go and explore and get an opportunity to go and see if there is life in the Mars. So again, it's human being that will be going there. So let the human being strive in doing what he wants to do. Yes. It's all about human beings.
And that is the positive thing. It's all about our civilization. So going to Mars, it might happen. We are waiting, and we'll be telling you. Maybe even, some of you might get a chance in your lifetime to go to Mars. So it has been a great morning. Thank you so much, those who have joined us. Tomorrow also, same place, same time. I've been your host, Derek Korir.
Yeah, before we come to an end, it will be very important, Derek, to note that recently PS Harry Kimtai talked about the SHA issue, and I mentioned that I think it was yesterday. He mentioned that those hospitals that are private hospitals that are not going to comply with the SHA
process SHA because they have not been paid the NHIF dues, or even they don't want to produce because they want to get some battle with the government. They should know that it's not, the government is not bringing SHA or paying the health dues to those hospitals because of those hospitals. They are paying it because every Kenyan is required. It's a right for every Kenyan to get to be able to access Medicare any day, anytime. It is in that provision that every Kenyan has a right to good Medicare. Is why the government, and remember, these hospitals are still they're in contract with SHA or Roshif or Taifa Care, but I don't know, I don't know where they removed the notion that continue being afloat. But people of Kenya should just be, the way the PSS say, close shop, Yeah.
So thank you. That one was very important to note, because amongst the things that have been happening, Derek, and we really wanna make sure that we are informing our people as we give them even information and our thoughts. So remember, we're also having Platfest Festival that will be coming on 12th of April next month. Family get an opportunity to hear from keynote speakers that will be informing us more, get an opportunity to connect with people of like-minded, be it business, be it long-term relationships, be it entertainment. Will be also having a lot of Sabot music there, a lot of entertainment till dawn, with an after party that is very exclusive. Do not miss. Plan to be there, plan to come, meet with us, because really you will be changing the narrative as we move forward in Mount Elgon. Thank you very much. Thank you. We really don't take it for granted. Stay with us, continue staying with us. We really value you and we really love you. Until next time, peace. Yeah, peace until next time.